Gorgeous Davidic, congratulations. Cordagus us at fair an eictid a bhainte amach go guibh ar an gláir seo Alive, bio mas bíonat. We're very grateful to you and celebrating with you the Alive programme. Really important programme for the university, for yourselves, I know, because very often if you try something different, as you have in Alive, something new, you find out two things. One, you're good at something that you didn't know you were good at. That's fantastic to know. But secondly, sometimes that you're not so good at something. You have to manage through that. And that's a great learning experience for life itself, to have to manage through learning through disappointment, uncertainty, the challenges of life. And Alive has given you that opportunity. And I really commend you for taking on that challenge. Very much keeping with our values as a university: respect for each other, respect for community, respect for the university, openness to new ideas, but also openness to the world outside and the world beyond the campus. Excellence, high standards in everything that you do, that becomes routine. And then sustainability, not only in the context of climate action, but also more generally sustaining new generations of learning like yourselves, and new ideas. As we're talking about the new strategy and the values you might have in the next strategy, the word that has come out and the idea that's come out is the sense of belonging, and that there's a need and a longing for belonging more generally. And Alive is also part of that sense of belonging to a university community, belonging to each other as a group, and belonging to a society that more broadly, and having an impact there, a positive impact. The best work you can do is working for others, and you've done that also in Alive. So Gorgeous Davidic, it's important that we value and recognise this work, and that we celebrate with you today. Well done to you all. Agus mar dhearann sin an Gaeilge go mo fada beo sibh, may you long be alive. Thank you.
Hello everyone, it is an honour to address you virtually today as we celebrate your achievements and the contributions of the students who completed the Alive programme at the University of Galway. My name is Naim. I am 19 years old from Clamars, County Mayo, and currently on a gap year. I am Ireland's United Nations Youth Delegate for 2023-2024, a programme run by the National Youth Council of Ireland and Department of Foreign Affairs. But before I speak to you about what my role as a UN Youth Delegate consists of, let me give you a background of how I got involved with volunteering. On a local level, I was heavily involved with Mayor Corlan and Og, which is a local youth council, and was elected chairperson. We worked on a range of issues including climate action, and one of the things we did was trying to mobilise students to create biodiversity areas on school grounds. This led to me being selected to be a member of the Mayo County Council Subcommittee on Climate and Biodiversity, and one of the youngest people at the time in Ireland to ever sit on a council committee. I've always had a passion for volunteering and activism, and it has become a central part of my life. The most important thing for me was to follow my passions within volunteering. For me, at the beginning of my journey, climate and charity work was something I was really passionate about. But for you, it could be sport, music, arts, the list goes on. However, everyone's passions are unique. The key is to find something that excites and motivates you and to channel that energy into your volunteering efforts. When you align your volunteer work with your passions, it not only becomes more fulfilling, but allows you to make a more meaningful impact in your community. All my work in volunteering with different organisations on a local and national level led me to the role of the United Nations Youth Delegate for Ireland, which I'm delighted to say that I'm the youngest youth delegate to be chosen globally. Through this role, I represent young people in Ireland on an international level. I've gotten the opportunity to attend key United Nations conferences all across the world, like the United Nations General Assembly in New York. I've addressed the United Nations on behalf of Ireland on a range of key issues from climate action to racism. Sitting behind the Ireland sign at the UN and speaking on behalf of my country has been an amazing privilege. The most valuable part of my experience is coming from a marginalised community, showing young people that look like me, a person of colour from Ireland, how diverse my country is, and how they can come to the international stage. Although through my volunteering, it has really taught me that resilience is key to the work we all do. In the world we live in today, we can face a lot of barriers. For me, something I've faced my whole life is racism, but it's never been a massive problem. It has been mostly microaggressions, stereotypical remarks, or jokes, and I've always been taught to just ignore it and move on. But in the past few months, I've seen a massive rise in the racist encounters I have experienced. They're no longer subtle remarks. When I was announced as the new UN Youth Delegate in September, I received endless online racial abuse. At my part-time job, I'm constantly being welcomed to the country I was born in, being told I don't look Irish after being asked where I'm from. If I had let these encounters cancel out all the amazing experiences I have had through volunteering and all the amazing opportunities and friends, I would have not been able to make the impact that we as volunteers make in our communities if I just gave up. It is so amazing to see over 400 students here being recognised today for all your amazing work. I would strongly encourage everyone to continue making an impact. You can shape your journey by utilising your talents and passions. You don't need to be front and centre. Volunteering is about working together to work towards a shared goal. I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone gets up to next, and you should all be really proud of the work you have done. Thank you.
My name is Sive. I received the Alive Award for the volunteering I've done with Galway Simon, the Erasmus Student Network and the German Society over the past year. In September, I helped to set up the Galway Simon Society and get a committee together. I took the role of treasurer and with the committee ran fundraisers and awareness events throughout the year for the Galway Simon community. With the Simon Society, we've raised over €7,000 this year, between our Sleep Out for Simon we had on campus and the cloakrooms we ran for the events in the college. As you can imagine, funds like this are extremely important for the work of Galway Simon, but our awareness events were also incredibly impactful. I was the secretary of the ESN, the Erasmus Student Network Society, which is there to help people on Erasmus and exchange with settling into Galway by holding events and creating community here for them. We've had language exchanges, bowling, sea swims, a trip to the Cliffs of Moher and many nights out. Seeing people who were strangers to the city settle in, and for me, meeting people from all over the world while studying here in Galway has been incredible. I was the Vice Secretary in the committee of the German Society. It's a great group for collaboration between German speakers here in Galway. We had weekly meetups and I organised a weekend away in the Burren with lots of hiking and German speaking. It's been amazing to create these spaces for speaking German, and I've also had a perfect chance to constantly improve my German. I love to stay busy and I volunteer whenever I can because it really is such a great opportunity to meet people, to learn new skills and to give back to organisations who are always giving. I love organising events, and this year I've had so many chances to put those skills to use. Seeing the impact that my volunteering has had, watching people settle into Galway and seeing the impact our fundraising has had really makes it all worth it.
Hi, I'm Peter O'Neill. I've been a member of Spun Out for 4 years. Spun Out is a youth information website with panels of young people all across the country. I've been a member of their Northwestern Action Panel and I was recently elected to their National Action Panel. I was also one of the first delegates to the National Youth Assembly of Ireland. I was on an 18-month term with them and I got chances to highlight young voices from around the country in government policy. Spun Out also run numerous campaigns every year on topics like body image, self-harm, climate action and housing, and I've been part of panels feeding into all of these campaigns. I've made videos about exam stress during the Leaving Cert and made TikToks that did well, and wrote articles on greenwashing for their website during COP28. With the National Youth Assembly of Ireland, we brought forward recommendations to the government relating to life in rural Ireland, climate action and in artificial intelligence as well. Alongside opportunities to make content with Spun Out and present it to government, I also had the honour of representing Ireland at the 13th UNESCO Youth Forum in Paris last November. I got to speak and debate with 170 other youth delegates from around the world. It was the result of 4 years of activism and solidified sustainability as an area I want to work in and gave me a great insight into volunteering and activism around the world. Volunteering has shown me how valuable time is and what can be achieved when people with a common passion come together. Especially when I was in secondary school, volunteering and youth activism made me feel engaged and connected to something bigger than me because it was very isolating in rural Ireland at the time, especially during COVID. Volunteering has unlocked new interests and talents for me and has made me countless friends across the country and even here in the university too.
Hi, I'm Simon Clément and I am the treasurer of Broad Society, which aims at creating a welcoming space on campus for LGBTQ+ students. I chose to volunteer and be on the Broad subcommittee because it was a great way for me to meet and befriend other people with shared experiences or interests. On top of that, I had the opportunity to work towards making campus a more welcoming and respectful space for students, which was extremely gratifying and probably one of the most satisfying and filled with joy role that I took on campus. Volunteering was just a chance I took on kind of project to spend my free time on, but it became one of the best and uh, memorable part of my student life, which helped me grow socially and personally so much. Being a treasurer brought me so many contacts in the volunteering and civic engagement field and actual good knowledge on how to help or assist to my community. I learned so much on queer issues, on how to efficiently raise awareness and create campaigns. It actually and honestly made me a better and more self-aware person in every field of life. And hearing the positive feedback from queer students and uh, and university staff on the work we have done has been one of the proudest moments I have felt in university. With projects like our tea funds and our broad free breakfast, we have thrived towards reducing, even in a small way, economic inequality for students. Our safe spaces and weekly events aimed at creating means for queer students to meet, share experiences, relax, and simply bond as a way to support each other uh, through college life. Furthermore, we worked beyond the borders of campus and raised funds for charities such as Amok LGBT and medical aid for Palestinians. It was important for us to have a physical impact outside of campus, as issues are often so much bigger than college life. Uh, I would recommend to volunteering to everyone, even if it's just a mean to meet other people and make some new friends on campus. It has so many benefits that anyone could find interest or find interesting.
Hi, my name is Madeline Moffat. I'm a master's student at the Irish Centre for Human Rights, and I was the events officer for the Palestine Solidarity Society this year at the University of Galway. Most of my volunteer work this year was with the Palestine Solidarity Society on campus, but I am also a member of the Galway branch of the Ireland Palestine Solidarity Campaign. As the Galway IPSC Student Relations Officer, my colleagues and I were able to bridge the solidarity work happening on and off campus and coordinate our efforts to maximize our outreach. Volunteering is so important as an emotional and educational outlet. People volunteer because they're passionate about something, and by dedicating time to it, they can express that passion in constructive and positive ways. There is also a lot of community building in volunteering, and working with others provides plenty of opportunities for growth and learning. If you are intentional and approach volunteer work as an educational experience in addition to a pursuit of passion, you can learn from your team members and develop useful skills like how to communicate clearly, work with others, and respect your colleagues. The Palestine Solidarity Society has done a lot of solidarity work this year, and I'm proud of the mark left by our work on and off campus. We successfully pushed the University of Galway to make a statement calling for a ceasefire and review ties, the first such statement by an Irish higher education institution. We organized fundraisers and raised over €1,500 for humanitarian relief for Palestinians, with lots of generous donations from students and staff at the University of Galway. We worked tirelessly to educate the campus community about Palestine through workshops, inviting guest speakers, and speaking at rallies, ensuring everyone in Galway is made aware of the ongoing genocide against Palestinians and the unjust systems in place that disrupt their freedom. I've met wonderful and incredibly talented people who have taught me so much about what it means to be a solidarity activist and how to engage in meaningful solidarity work that puts Palestinians first, honors their struggle for freedom from colonial apartheid, and respects their right to self-determination. On top of learning how to be the best activist that I can, I was able to find a community with shared values during my time volunteering, which was so important to me personally as an international student in a new city.
Hi, my name's Laura Herc, and I'm a second-year commerce student. and this year I volunteered with 3 different organisations, including Shas Suez, the Lift Leadership Programme, and my personal favourite, the Zoological Society. For me, volunteering has always been a way to learn new skills and meet new people, while also giving back to the local community. Firstly, there was Shas Suez. All my life, I've been surrounded by people who have suffered with various mental illnesses, and I've always struggled to find a way to truly comfort and help them. However, I really feel that Shas Suez programme provided me with invaluable information on how to identify when someone's struggling, provided me with genuinely helpful advice to give to people struggling in the moment, and to know when to simply just lend a sympathetic ear so they can vent out their frustrations. Not only have I gained imperative life skills through volunteering with the Zoological Society, such as animal handling training, but has also led me to meet and befriend amazing people who have helped keep me sane during those dreaded exam seasons. One of my most proud achievements this year was the opportunity to help create and run Wildlife Week through volunteering as Vice Public Relations Officer of the Zoological Society. Not only were we able to further educate students about Ireland's extraordinary wildlife, but we also raised €1,670 for the Irish Wildlife Trust, which will be used to help preserve and protect Ireland's ecosystems and wildlife. Finally, there's LIFT. I discovered the LIFT leadership programme through one of my professors, which I am eternally grateful for. In this programme, I volunteered to learn how to become a LIFT facilitator, which provided me with information on how to squander issues arising in a workplace through roundtables that foster open communication and team building, which are all key elements to a conflict-free space. So not only did it teach me how to become a better leader and improve the appearance of my CV, but it also helped to improve the general morale of my team members in the group projects both inside and outside of college. One of the main things I've discovered from my various volunteering roles this year was how impactful and rewarding each of the experiences were, even if it was difficult at times when I was trying to balance it with my college studies. Thank you.